Okay, good morning to everyone. Thank you for attending to today's webinar. My name is Álvaro Mocholi. I'm responsible for international sales, and I am also the general manager of Grecom. Today, we're going to be presenting to you our business intelligence platform. And then we're going to be talking about all the different verticals that we can use this platform. Okay. First of all, I would like to do a very brief introduction of our company. Grecom is a company that was founded in 2005, so we are almost 20 years on the market. We are a company that is specialized in developing real-time analytics, and we are very specialized in developing solutions for thermal imaging cameras. That is our biggest line of expertise, let's call it. Although we also have solutions for day and night cameras, and as we will be talking today. Right now we have over 30 different analytics developed, which I will introduce you later on. We export our solutions to 64 countries. Our most consolidated markets are the Middle East, South America, North America, and then also the South Europe will be our most consolidated markets. We are a company that covers the full chain of value. That means that we have our own R&D department, which is responsible for not just only developing our own solutions, but also for customizing the solutions according to the project demand. And then also we have for integrating our solutions with existing devices, platforms, VMSs, access control platforms, new cameras coming up on the market, and so on. All our licenses include the setup. So for the system integrator and the end user is very friendly because, we do all the work, all the configuration work. We do it until the solution works as the customer expected. So it's very clean, it's very straightforward. And then it's very comfortable for the system integrator and also for the end user. And then also we have the pre-sales department, which is responsible for supervising that everything is well installed and is well organized in a way that everything is going to work perfectly. And then we have the after-sales department, which is responsible for solving any potential or any problems that might show up with the analytics, and to do the maintenance of all the projects that hire the maintenance program. Here is a very brief introduction of all the different solutions that we got. So we have very civilian solutions. We have solutions for thermal cameras, for fixed or PTC cameras, and also we have solutions for day and night cameras, which is the perimeter local. Okay. Also, we have marine surveillance. So we have the Coast Guard, which can work also with fixed or PTC cameras. We have two VMSs. We have the Engaro VMS, which is a traditional VMS. It's recording 24 hours, 7 days a week, and then also records all the events of the different analytics which are connected to the VMS. And then we have the Aware, which is a VMS with artificial intelligence. That means as you are recording the VMS is auto-classifying the objects in a way that if you want to do a forensic search, it is much easier to find the person or the vehicle rather than going through hours and hours of recording. Also, we have cybersecurity. We have a data loss prevention solution, which is called Reveal. We also have facial recognition. We have for the access control to do demographic analysis, loyalty programs, VIP identification, and so on. Then I'll have automation and safety, which is where we have more solutions developed. And we are very specialized on the oil and gas industry. This is something that just for you to be aware. Fire detection, we have a solution for industrial scenarios, and we have a solution for wild forest. And then we have the retail, which is this is the platform that we're going to be talking today, which is called Cron. Okay. All right. So once we have done the very brief introduction of our company, let's move on. Okay. So This is, the platform. Basically, this is a platform that what it does is it empower your business, but with all the data that we are collecting from the different solutions that are connected to the platform. Okay, it's a cloud-based, so that means that you just connect directly through the cloud, so you can access the platform from anywhere, always as long as you have access to the internet. And then also the storage, it depends on how much space you hire. You can save from years to months to weeks or whatever. Okay. Also, you have multiple sites, multiple sources. Okay. And then you have multi-site, and then you can also connect as many business analytics as we are integrated with. Okay. So what is the key advantage of the cloud? You can have unlimited data storage. So depending on how much data you want to store, you just have to dimension the capacity. Okay, so you have this very high availability, cost reduction in a way that you don't need to deploy servers in all the different sites. So everything is connected through the cloud, so it's very accessible. And then it is also compatible with any operating system. You have multiple sources. So, you can, what we do is we integrate our solution with the existing, the ERP or with all the accounting program that the company has. So what we can do is we can mix the accounting or the commercial data with the analytics, so we can come out with conversion rates on visits and so on. I will explain you later on. So you can have multiple sites all connected through one platform. So it's very flexible. In a way that regardless the number of sites, you just need one platform. The only thing that you need is to update the number of licenses that you need, and then you can connect as many business analytics as you like. Then we can apply this platform through 3 vertical markets. The most demanding one is retail, and then also we can have for smart cities, and then on the industry. On the retail, I will explain you right now. Okay, what are we doing? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change to a demo so you can see on real time. Okay, here, this is the dashboard. Okay, and this is, for example, for the retail. So here, this is as you can see on the top left, you can compare by date or by sites. In this case, we are comparing two sites, which is site number 1 and site number 2. Also, you can do the comparison between days, 7 days, 30 days, or for example, here we put in one starting date and one end date. Okay, so for example, here I have this is input. Hold on, let me just put here. Okay, so here what you can do is you can have, for example, this is for the retail, the center number 1, we have 6,200 visits during that week, and center number 2 has 6,800. So that means that center number 1 has minus 9.71 versus center number 2. Total visitors, so you have 2,200, almost 2,300 versus 25, so it's 11.5% less. Then you have the penetration rate. That means the people that pass by the door of the store, how many of those people enter into the store. So here is the percentage of center number 1, 36.76 versus 37.36. This is the dwell time. That is the average time that each one of the customers spends inside the shop. So here, as you can see, there is 10 minutes on center number 1, 7 minutes on center number 2. Recurring customers, that means customers that have repeated into the store. So we have 32% in store number 1 versus 27 on store number 2. This is the total turnover, or the total invoicing. So we have 44,000 on center number 1 versus 33,000 on center number 2. and the number of tickets that we generate in each one of the centers. And then the average price of each ticket, okay? So you can compare versus the other one. And then here, what you do is you have the graphics. For example, this is the visits versus weather. So here you have on column number 1, center number 1, column number 2, center number 2, and then you compare in the same dates, okay? So you guys, you can see how is the visits, the weather interferes on the visits on each one of the centers. And then here you can have also the visitors versus the street. And then in case that you want to, for example, remove one of the centers, you can remove it, okay? So if you just want to check out the, this is the visits, the people that pass by, or if you just want to compare the visits, okay? This is the visitors comparative, so between the two centers. As you can see day by day, I mean, how many visits each one of the centers has. This is the traffic on the street. So you can see how each one of the centers goes. Recurrence, so that means that how many people, out of all the people that pass by, how many of them just pass once? How many pass less than 5 times? How many pass more than 5 times? And how many pass more than 10 times? Okay, so and also you can analyze by centers. Here you can also calculate the dwell time in each one of the shops. Okay, so this is the average time that they spend on each one of the shops. Then you have the recurring customers, so that means the customers that have repeated into the shop. Okay, so also you can personalize the graphic. Then you have the demographic comparison. How many of them were women? 53% were women, 47% were men. And then you can also do the demographic analysis by age. So for example, you want to, you can remove, for example, whatever age gap, and then also how many of them were women, for example. So you can personalize the graphic according to what you need. But this is, I mean, and then also you can move the mouse through the numbers so you can know exactly the figures of each one of the and then also here you have the demographic. Okay, what is the percentage of 0 to 14? Okay, how many of men, how many of women? Okay, this is the queue evolution. Okay, so how many people pass by the queue, by each one of the queues? And then also, for example, you just want to see center number 1. So this is the how the queues evolve. Face counting. Okay, we use this. I mean, this is kind of like people counting. Okay, so how many people enter into the shop? Also, you can have the billing by euros. Okay, date by date. So you can compare. Then the number of tickets by shop. So also you can compare one center versus the other one. And then you have the visitors versus billing. Okay, so I mean, you can see exactly what is the billing versus the other one. Okay, so this will be, I mean, and the good thing about this platform is that you can customize the solution according to whatever you need. Always, as long as we can have the data, and then also we can match the data with the information from the accounting system, that we can come out with the conversion rates. Okay, let me just go back to the presentation. So as we said, I mean, we can do, I mean, from the people tracking and statistics, we can measure the traffic of people from the shop, the number of visits. We can do demographic analysis. We can calculate, or we can figure out the purchase units, the conversion, the penetration rate, people counting. Okay, and then now we can figure out how many of these visits are new, which ones are repeated, what is the repetition rate, the chain. So for example, if in case that we have multiple sites, to see how many of those people repeat from one shop to the other. Okay, the dwell time. Okay, the visit duration, engagement, traction to points of interest. Imagine that we have some advert or some special product inside, so we can do heat maps and figure out the number of people that pass by that specific point or that specific product. And then also we can also do heat maps. Okay, that is from the people tracking. And then also how many people pass by the queue, size of the queue, number of people on the queue, waiting time. So, and also we can do configurable alarms in case that whenever we see that the people on the queue, it is too large. So what we can do is also we can set an alarm to the shop manager to open up a new a new desk, so you can have a new line. And then on the metrics, we can have the purchase funnel from visits to general tickets model, visit duration, shopper traffic variation, conversion rate, caption rate, and reports. Okay, so this will be pretty much everything that we can do. Now, if we use this platform for the industry, this is the KPI that we can offer. So it's kind of the truck license plate recognition. How many of those trucks come in? How many of those trucks come out? What is the dwell time? Then we can set up like time thresholds alarms. So in a way that, for example, if the maximum time that a truck has to spend on the deck, it is let's put 20 minutes. So whenever there is a truck that is exceeding that time, we can set up an alarm, so we can go straight to that point and see why that truck is taking so long to move from the deck. Okay. Also, we can have historical inputs and outputs, and then tracks recurrence. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move back to the demo, so I can show you also how this. So here, for example, this is for the industry, for logistics. So here we can see how many trucks come in. Okay, so in center number 1, 2,200 trucks versus 2,247 on center number 2. Higher than average stay. So there is the trucks. The average stay is 24 minutes versus 23. How many trucks exited? And then how many active accesses? And then you also can have the trucks evolution by center. And then you can have here the average time that each one of the trucks spends inside the logistics area. Okay. So this will be pretty much what we can do for the logistics, and then also we're gonna be working on the inventory. This will be another area that we are planning to extend the platform to. Now let me just go back to the presentation. Okay. Okay, how this platform works. I mean, we can sell it. I mean, this is kind of like a subscription model. Okay, so this will be, for example, now we have 2 platforms. We have the Gold The gold is free of charge. I mean, you don't pay anything. And then you can have 2 users, a maximum 50 devices, and maximum 50 sites. Then you have 1 real-time dashboard, and then 1 competitive dashboard, and then manual report management. Okay. Now, if we go into the Platinum Chrome, which is for larger quantities of devices, you can have maximum of 5 users, unlimited devices, unlimited sites. Then you have 2 real-time dashboards, and then you have 4 competitive dashboards, and then the automatic report management. That means that what you're doing is you put in the information and automatically you calculate the conversion rates. And then you have licenses. Okay, the Platinum, you pay 895. This is a fixed cost. I mean, this is not something that you have to pay every year. You just like pay once. And then you have the licenses. So you have the standard device license, which is for people counting, especially for people counting, and you just pay the suggested retail price is €9 per month. And then you have the Wi-Fi tracking device. Okay, you have €15 per device connected to the platform. And then if you have the license plate recognition, it is €18 per month subscription. Okay, these prices are suggested retail prices. Okay. And then also for these licenses, you can have like a monthly payment, you can have a year payment, 2-year contract, or 3-year contract. Okay. Now, what is the key advantage? I mean, if we compare our platform versus some other platforms that are available on the market, okay, here we did a comparison between Axis, Dahua, Hanwha, Hikvision, Milestone, Mobotics. This one I cannot, Pervasive, OnTrace, and Footfall. Okay, as you can see, we are the platform that is the most completed platform that we have. I mean, we can offer a big umbrella under which there is a lot of analytics connected, so we can share a lot of information and bring a lot of data to the end user. Where we have deployed this solution, I mean, we have deployed this solution, for example, in the Mobile World Congress, on the Sagrada Familia, which is the largest cathedral in Barcelona, which is one of the most touristic monuments around the world. This is theme parks, Parques Reunidos, okay, and then shopping centers. These are different shopping centers that we have deployed the system on. This is the transport companies. Also, we have deployed the system. On the retail, we have deployed for big brands like Levi's, Adidas, Pepe Jeans, I don't know, Tommy Hilfiger, Phone House, Samsung, PepsiCo. And then this is some other projects that we have done with the platform. Okay. And also, I would like to share with you some different success cases that we have done with the company, Recom. So on the defense and law, we have deployed the system on with the FBI. We have deployed the cybersecurity system and also the VMS with artificial intelligence. On the NATO headquarters, we have deployed the access control solution. With the Royal Saudi Air Force, we do the perimeter surveillance of most of their sites. And then also in Spain with Rota, which is a US and Spanish military base, we do all the perimeter surveillance of the air base, like Army base, and also the Navy base. And then also we are responsible for all the perimeter surveillance of the Spanish Air Force. On the oil and gas, we have done several projects for Saudi Aramco on the perimeter surveillance. With Cepsa, which is the largest oil company here in Spain, we are also responsible for the perimeter surveillance of all their sites. And then Basra Gas in Iraq, we have done projects. With Repsol also, we have done projects. Okay, renewable, I mean, we work with all the main companies. Critical infrastructures, we have done Madrid International Airport, Port of Valencia, which is the largest port on the Mediterranean by container traffic. Trillo, which is a nuclear plant in Spain, we do the perimeter surveillance. The Palace of the Emir of Qatar, we do the perimeter surveillance. Okay, and then on telecommunications, we work with AT&T in the US, Etisalat on the Emirates, Telefonica in Spain and South America, Hitachi in United States, Facebook in United States. So this is some of the success cases that we have deployed any of our solutions from Greco. Okay. So this will be pretty much all what we can offer about the platform. So in case that you have any questions, right now what you can do is you can open up your microphone or you can activate your chat, and then I will be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. Here you have my contact details, you have my mobile telephone number and my email address. And then also in case that you need to request a demo of the solution, you can also request it by accessing through our website. And then in case that you want to book a video call with myself, you can also do it through the website. So any questions, please feel free to ask. I will be more than happy to answer.
Hi Alvaro, Rajit this side. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, great. First of all, sorry I joined late. I'm just I missed almost the major part of the session. But what I could understand was you are giving a platform for traffic intelligence, the people counting inclusive, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you mentioned you showed a comparison chart of the cameras, uh, whereas you can do the same with the people counting sensors, the 3D sensors that
Yeah.
also have a camera lens inside that. And again,
Yes.
it sits on a, again, it comes, all the count will go to the cloud and from
Yep.
there to their BI, the company's
Correct.
BI. Most of the large corporations, they have their own BI.
Yes.
Okay. So, so your solution is platform independent. That's what you say. Hardware independent. That's what you want to say.
Okay. Now the platform is cloud-based. Okay, so it's not. And then what we do is, I mean, the problem is that most of the companies they have the BI, but whenever they want to implement a new solution, they have to integrate it with the business with their BI platform. What we offer to what is the key difference about our solution is that under the platform there is already multiple solutions that are integrated. So it is more friendly use. And then the only thing that we have to do later on is basically integrate our BI platform with the existing BI platform in a way that under the same platform, the users can access to the information and to the data. Okay. So that is what it makes our solution much more friendly use than any other solutions in the market. Okay.
So does it be a direct competition to Wemco?
Yes, it might be. I mean, I think the key advantage that we have is that we have much more KPIs than, for example, most of the platforms that are available on the market.
Okay. And I remember you just mentioned about the Qatar Palace, I guess.
Yes.
So could you just come what solution you are providing there? Because Qatar is one market we are operating on.
Well, Qatar, right there, most of the projects that we have done are on the security area. And then, as I said, we have done the Al Wahba Palace, which is the Palace of the Emir of Qatar. And then also we have done the Pearl, which is the airlines in Doha. And then also we have done the Al Dafna district. We are also responsible for the security on that area.
Okay. So I assume it is a Grecom's in-house technology. It's your own technology, or you partner with some OEMs in helping you with the technology part and bringing the BI.
What we do is, I mean, most of the solutions that are under the platform are developed by us, and then we are partners of the main developers of the platform, and then we just market it for them.
Okay. Please share the full presentation with us because I missed the initial part.
Yeah. But I mean, we will be sending the presentation on the upcoming days, and also we will be sending a link to the video. So in case that you missed any of the presentation, you can review it and watch it again.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions from the rest of the people? And as I say, the price of the licensing includes the setup. Okay. Always when I mean setup means the software area. Okay. So we don't do the setup of the cameras. We don't do the setup of the hardware. We do the setup of all the software. So that is included on the price of the license.
So may I know if the license software license is based on the per camera or per user?
It is based on camera. Depending on the number of devices that you connect to the platform, you will need one license per each device. So for example, you have one camera for demographic analysis that will require one license. Then you have one camera for people counting. You will have you will require one license for that. So you will need basically one license per camera, let's call it.
Okay, okay.
But this is very cost effective. That is, I mean, as you said before, as you saw earlier on, I mean, the cost here is quite competitive.
I didn't see that slide actually. Okay.
This is a slide. So you have two platforms, the Gold, which is free of charge, but is limited to maximum 50 devices and 50 sites. And then you have the Platinum platform, which is unlimited devices, unlimited sites. And this is the one payment. So this is not a recurrent payment. And then what it is, the subscription is the number of licenses that you connect to the platform. Okay, so if you have a standard platform such as people counting, I mean that will be 9 euros per month, and then this is the suggested retail price. Okay, and then if you have, for example, with Wi-Fi tracking device, I mean that is 15, and then the license plate recognition that will be 18.
Okay, okay. So the Platinum, you mean to say it's a one-time purchase?
Yeah, the platform is one-time purchase, and then recurrent payment is for the licenses. On the license, you can have like a monthly payment, or you can have like a year payment, or 1 year, 2 years, or 3-year payment.
Have you done any deployment in UAE?
Most of the projects that we have done is in Europe. Okay, and then right now, I mean, this is quite new. I mean, it has this platform has a year and a half, and then also in South America, we are starting to deploy the system.
Okay. I think if it is cost effective, then probably we focus on retail groups. Probably I can try and see, because we deal with people counting sensors, okay, and hardware as well as software.
Yeah.
So that is quite cheap actually. So the cloud cost will be around. It is way cheaper. So. So I'll do a comparison and see if it is worth. Because
also,
if I have to pitch into my existing customer, because they already have using a existing BI, so if they have to convert to something like this, then they have to use one more BI, right? So managing both the BIs would be tough for them as a customer, two platforms.
Yes, but what we can do is we can integrate with the platform in a way that what we do is, let's call it, they have one filter, which will be our platform, and then they will send the final data to their platform in a way that they will just need to use one platform.
Okay.
I mean, we have to study case by case. I mean, the platform is very friendly use. I mean, it is, and it's very clear. I mean, I'm gonna put you here, for example, the dashboard again. Let's move it. So this is the platform. So this is the competitive dashboard. I mean, you have all the graphics: visitors by street, competitive, street recurrence, dwell time, recurring customers, demographic comparison, men and women, demographic analysis by age, demographic by center, and how many of them, men and women, queue evolution, face counting, billing, tickets, visitors versus billing. So this is, I mean, and this is customized. You can customize the the dashboard according to whatever you need. I mean, the more data we have, the more information we can share with you.
So this is exactly what we are providing to one of our retail clients. We deal with footfall cam. Footfall cam sensors. Okay, so they have a similar BI, which is exactly, it looks like this. So they will get all the data. The client is getting all the data, all the reports in a similar dashboard. And every year they have to, I mean, the clouds, the reporting software will be, it is as cheap as like 500 or 600 dirhams, which is like way cheaper, like 120 euros.
Yeah.
120 euros, I'm talking for per year per sensor. Okay, so your price is also as competitive as that?
I mean, the price for us will be, it will be for 1 year, it will be like something like around 100 euros.
100 euros
per year.
This is for one sensor or one camera or whatever it is.
Yeah, one camera.
Okay. So it doesn't depend on camera or sensor, no? Be it as anything, as long as you get the API, you can integrate in your BI. Is that what you mean to say?
I mean, we have like 3 different licenses. We have the standard license, which will be for people counting, queue management, heat maps, and so on. Then we have another license for Wi-Fi tracking. That will be a little bit more expensive. And then we have another license for license plate recognition, which will be a little bit more expensive simply because you need to update new license plate numbers and so on. So, and that is the most expensive. But the most expensive one, it will be 205 euros per year, so just the retail.
Okay.
So translated into month cost, it will be something like around 17 euros per month.
Okay. Fine. So you have partners in UAE. How do you work here?
Here we usually have local partners, which are the ones responsible for doing all the hardware setup. So I mean the camera deployment, the cabling, and so on. And then what we do is we do all the configuration. We do it remotely.
Okay. I have got retail clients over here in UAE. Probably, if we can share the partners list, partners, probably I can work with them on deployment of the cameras. I can help them.
Yeah. I
Which
mean,
in turn,
In the Middle East, this is one of the most consolidated markets for us. So we have plenty of partners. Okay. And then, I mean, this is, I mean, but what I can do is, I mean, we're already working with them. So, I mean, it doesn't make much sense to share with you a list of our partners because you're going to be competing with each other. I mean, they already have the information about the solution, so they will move it on.
Okay.
Okay. More questions that you guys have?
So what if it is coming from a 3D sensor? Can you integrate that also in your platform?
Yes, we can integrate pretty much everything. And then depending on what you're planning to, what is the objective of the 3D? The 3D is to have a kind of like a heat map. Yes, we can integrate it and we can show it on the platform. If you want to do people counting, also we can integrate it. Or if you wanted to use it for face recognition or for demographic analysis, we can also do it.
Okay. So which cloud do you use? Is it AWS or Azure? Which cloud do you use?
We use a local, I mean, we usually use Amazon Web Services, but I mean, in case that some of the customers they want to use a local cloud, in that case, we can also do it through a local cloud. And then as for the data, I mean, you can hire more capacity. So, I mean, if you just want, okay, I just want to retain the data for the last 3 months, or I want to retain the data for the last 3 years. So it depends on how much data you want to save. I mean, you will need to adapt the capacity according to.
It is just a mere count, so it will not take much space. No?
No, I mean, this is all the statistics data. I mean, there is not images, there is no video stream. So, I mean, the capacity is not so long. This is quite simple. I mean, but the key part is whenever you want to do, for example, comparison of 1 month versus the month of the previous year, I mean, you need to adapt the cloud storage capacity versus according to how much data you want to compare. Okay, so there is, I mean, depending on how large the company is, most of the companies, what they do is they hire a larger, I mean, a larger period of time, so they save much more data. And then also depends on how much KPIs do you want to use, okay?
Mm. So from the camera, it is only the metadata that goes into your cloud, or how is it?
Basically, what we do is we do the analysis locally. In most of the cases, we have embedded analytics into the camera. And then basically the cameras, they just send us the data, doesn't send images or anything, okay? And then, so basically we just like receive the data, we mix it up with the accounting or with the commercial information, and then we just come out with conversion rates.
So I assume that camera will be having the chip installed.
Yeah, most of all the solutions that we have are embedded into the camera. So as they review the image, they come out with the statistics on real time. So they analyze the image on real time and send the statistics or the data to the platform.
Then the camera cost would be high, right? If it has to be.
No, the good thing about it is that we can use multiple cameras. I mean, we're using cameras as expensive as, I don't know, 100 euros, 150 euros per camera to do the people counting, or for example, for do the face recognition as much as 300 euros. So this is from the camera point of view, is quite cost effective. Okay. I mean,
But
for
how
example,
about, yeah, but how about if it is a normal camera,
yeah.
but using a edge device?
Mhm.
Then how can it, that's also possible, right?
I mean, it depends on the camera. I mean, what we do is we have a list of camera and analytics that are integrated with our platform, and then we can communicate correctly. In case that there is a new analytics or a new analytics brand or a new camera brand, I mean, we will have to integrate it. And then if it's a large project, we will integrate it free of charge. If it's a small project, we will have to charge for the integration, unless they decided to go with our cameras. In that case, I always recommend to go with the recommended cameras by us.
Mm. Okay. Please share the presentation. I'll go through it. The initial part I missed it.
Yeah.
So I'll go through
Well,
it.
I'll share with you. I mean, just will have the presentation maybe on Monday, and then you will have the whole presentation, and then also you will have the video.
Okay. You were doing something on the video analytics part also, right? I remember recalling your previous presentations.
Yes.
So, um, are you doing anything similar to that over here in Middle East?
Yeah, we also have a solution for shoplifting.
Shoplifting.
Yes. This is a solution that what we do is we analyze the movement of the arms and the morphology. And then whenever we detect that someone is putting something inside the jacket or is not putting something on the basket or in the cart, automatically we generate an alarm and advise or notify the shop manager that someone is bringing inside the jacket or in the pocket a product. Okay. So this is a quite efficient. I mean, we can guarantee a conversion efficiency rate close to 90%. So it is a very accurate solution. And this is, I mean, in the Middle East, thank God you don't have so many shoplifting problems. But I mean, if some other areas of the world like South America and Europe, and there is a lot of problems with that. So it is a quite interesting solution also.
Mm. Okay, thank you, Alvaro. It was
Okay.
nice. Please share more details.
Mhm. Send me an email, Reggie. You have my email address, do you? Because I mean, we have been
Yeah,
in
I have
touch.
your mail ID. And if you have this shoplifting use case also, if you have a short clip or a video, please share that also. Because one of my customers, in fact, asked for this one.
Okay, let me just.
Shoplifting, can you do?
Meanwhile, you're here. Let me just open up and I'll show you to you right now. So here, for example, this is how it works. So whenever the person is bringing something inside the jacket, automatically the bounding box turns into red. Okay. So basically what we do is we are analyzing the behavior of the arms. Okay. And as you can see, for example, the other person is always on the green box. And then automatically
No, when it turns red,
this is an alarm. I mean, and also tells you the percentage of that we think that that person is stealing. And then as for success cases, we have deployed this system on supermarkets, Spar, Carrefour, 7-Eleven, and then pharmacy, and then on hardware. Also, these are some of the customers.
Yeah, here it is not much of an issue, but still I've got an inquiry on this one. If somebody is lazing around, loitering around inside the retail store, that also can be alarmed.
That is a little bit more difficult because everyone is loitering. Okay, so I mean, everyone is moving around searching for products, especially when they don't know the store. Usually they are moving around without picking up. So it is that is a little bit more difficult to calculate. I mean, maybe what we can do is we can do it with this. I mean, if we can track down one person and in, let's say, in a period of 5 minutes doesn't take any objects from the
Shelf.
line from the shelf. I mean, that is, but I mean, that is, I don't think that will be very accurate. I mean, we can do the soft lifting. It is very accurate. And then, but the loitering is tricky because I mean, when people, they don't know the shop, they don't know where the products are, they're loitering all over the place. So how you can differentiate when someone is, for example, doing a market research or spying rather than a person that is looking for a product. This is not so easy.
But some people, they wear the hat and come, and then also that we can give a rule that okay, people who are wearing a hat or something, and that has to be noted separately.
Yeah. No. The behavior, I mean, there will be people with hats that will buy and people with hats that will be moving around. So I don't know. That I don't think that will be accurate.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
So,
thank you.
So here is my contact details. So in case that you guys need any further information from me, and as I said, if you want to request a demo, you can do it through our website, or if you want to request a video call with myself, you can also request it through the website. Okay. Well, if there is no more questions, thank you very much for today's attendance, and then I hope you find this solution interesting for your business and for your potential customers. And then, as I said, in case that you need to get in touch with me, here you have my contact details. So once again, thank you very much, and I appreciate it, and let's keep in touch. Thank you.